home for us, New York City. Reading here from the Gothamist. Sorry, our second home, New York. New York NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, apologizes to Mamdani after her brother calls him enemy of Jewish people.
Insane. fucking nuts. I hate these people. I genuinely, like, when I see Jessica Tisch's face, and I hate her. There's something about having $1 billion that just
makes your face droop.
It's not even droop. It's like the billion is eating your soul from the inside. And every billionaire I've ever met is always the most chopped human being I've ever seen. Elon, Bezos, this lady, the Dell computer lady. Zuckerberg.
Oh. Yeah, they got some sort of like God, like you know, like what is it in the Bible? God sends down
cosmic punishment.
There's like, something biblical is going on with these folks. It's like leprosy, but it's not.
I call it the Emperor Palpatine effect. I don't know if you watched.
That's a great description.
The more he used his dark powers, this nigga just more. He couldn't even be seen in public. He's like, don't look at me.
Yeah,
I'm a little ugly right now. I'm a little fucked up in the face right now. He's like,
use a filter.
He looked like the average billionaire.
No, delete that one.
Join me.
Not that one. No, why do you always do this? I hate it when you take that
Do you think
why would you use that angle? I hate you.
Literally, these people look like fucking Palpatine. It's like, it feels like talking about her looks definitely to me. Like I try not to talk about women's looks, but once you cross over to the billionaire,
once you're a billionaire, you're no longer a woman. You're no longer black, brown. You're just a dark an evil
force
entity.
Of energy that I look at. I'm like, oh, I see your soul or lack thereof, and the void that actually exists in the place of where your soul should be. And it's
like every time they mention like the Palantir guy is gay, I always forget. Like, oh yeah, he's gay. Okay,
I think him being,
who cares?
Yeah,
nothing to do with
him
anything.
Being gay is like the last throng of his personality trait. To be, he's like mad scientist. He's like he's coked out science. Like he makes me realize, oh, mad scientists were never mad. They were just on coke. The way he moves and fidgets, and he's like, I'm here for the working class people. How come no one ever is thinking of the working class people? I'm a billionaire. If you don't invest into, if you think Palantir is a bubble and you're disinvesting, because like right now the guy who called the Wolf of Wall Street, the dude who called out the Wolf of Wall Street and made not the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, the Big Short guy.
The Big Short guy. I got the wrong movie.
Bradley Cooper.
Best. No, Christian Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale.
God damn. Christian Bale.
We are not good at our white dudes on this podcast. Christian Bale, whatever. Okay. You get it. Bradley Cooper, Christian Bale, you get it.
But Christian Bale said Palantir is a bubble that's going to burst, as it fucking obvious at all is. Anybody with a human mind can see. But he was like, I'm putting out shorts against Palantir because it's clearly a bubble. And
the Palantir guy was like, listen to the Antichrist.
The Dark Lord says he will find you. And like he just went crazy. They're always speaking at some forum. But we're getting distracted.
Yes, okay.
From Jessica Tisch, another dark billionaire.
Yes. Part of a billionaire siblings, as we're going to read in this Gothamist article. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch apologized to Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani after her brother called him an enemy of Jewish people, the mayor-elect said Thursday. Benjamin Tisch, who is the commissioner's younger brother and CEO of the Lowe's Corporation, criticized Mamdani on Wednesday night during remarks at a Met Council gala, according to Daily News. So awkward start for this completely unnecessary relationship between Zohran Mamdani and Jessica Tisch, and she has to like pretend to apologize, like, oh, sorry about my brother. Yeah, he's just saying what he feels deep in his heart.
It's like, first off, my thing is, we live in a democracy. It's so-called democracy.
There you go. Put that shit in quotes.
Yeah. And to the point where Zohran was elected, we wanted him at the party. We like this guy.
Yeah,
we want to hear his thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
All these billionaire people who buy influence and powers and get, specifically here in New York, the billionaires who buy. Jessica Tisch no reason for her to be on the NYPD commissioner at all. She went to school for business. I don't know what that has to do with police commissioning. She was on like the not the parks, but like what was the position she had before? Like maybe it might have been parks or like recycle. Anyway, she's just moving from city department to city department where she has like she can just flex her power and influence over the city. No one elected her that. She just used her powers and strings to infiltrate, push her way into the party. Yes. And now we're expected, like we hear, like it's like when you're in a circle of people and you're having a conversation and like one of your friends is holding court and he's like talking like, yeah, oh man, dude, yeah. And then your friend a person walks up who you hate and they're just like, and then also you're like, bitch, ain't nobody asked why are you talking? Yeah. Who asked you? No one cares for your opinion.
They just insert themselves. Like we should not know the cadence of Mark Zuckerberg. We should not know what his voice sounds like. He does not have that type of voice that people should be knowing his voice.
His voice is like, it sounds like a program.
Yeah. Like, Elon Musk. I mean, it's but you really see the humanity in all of it. Like as much of like he has been rewarded by the system that's inhumane, we still see like a dork.
100%.
His humanity as a dork like lives on.
It shines brighter than his anything else about him. The dorkiness. But yeah, I just, it grosses me out that even this is a story because it's like, why the fuck do I give one? They're gonna go on to say like, I mean, he's an enemy of the Jewish people, and like it's crazy to still live in that like delusion of like, I guess is he the enemy? I guess the International Court of Justice is also the enemy of Jewish people because they declared fucking Gaza genocide. Is that enough to make you an enemy of the Jewish people by looking at UN independent reporting that's like that classify what's happening in Israel as genocide, as ethnic cleansing? That's the people we have in power who still live in that like delusional bubble of like that's like that.
But the difference is that the ICJ is not a brown guy named Zohran. That's a pretty that's an indictment right there. Yeah, those are some allegations right there.
It's just like my response is if it's anti-Semitic to be, it's like for me it's so we live in inversion. Like this is my level of like what Satan is. I'm like, oh, we live in an inverted society. These people are calling him anti-Semitic. Meanwhile, what's actually happening in reality is they're being Islamophobic. Like that's what's physically happening in the objective reality. These people are using anti-Semitism as a mask to hide a genocide, and they're attacking people who are calling out that genocide, and it's always the people of brown skin who are victims of the what I'm about to say, like it'll be easy to take it out of context, but I'm just gonna say it because we all understand the context here. But I'm so fucking sick of hearing this shit about anti-Semitism and the Jewish community. Like within the context of a genocide of Palestinians, Muslims being hate crime. We had a 6-year-old Muslim boy stabbed to death by his landlord, talking shit about Hamas. And we're still talking about this like perceived danger of the Jewish community that is being like, we got some fucking billionaire, the owner of a multi-conglomerate billionaire dripping in evil, dripping in blood, telling us about the enemy of the Jewish people. But all of this is like designed for one, like these are the people telling us are the powerful forces who benefit from this genocide, who benefit from this propaganda being out there. So they're going to keep up and keep pushing that propaganda. Two, it's like upsetting because it's disproportional. Even there is like for every claim of anti-Semitism that might be for real, you can go. It's like, okay, I can genuinely like I care about anti-Semitism. My whole thing is humanity. I don't want nobody treated wrong here. But when you're coming to me in the argument, we're the entire. I need all context for the whole argument. When you just try to focus in on one, like this is anti-Semitic.
Yeah, I mean it's so absurd. It's just, like I hate even like having to defend at this point because I've been talking like for years, you know. anyone who's advocated for Palestine, like we're so used to of course anti-Semitism is real and that's a problem, but it's like at this point of like going like year 2 of like straight genocide of toddlers getting fucking sniped in the head. That. It's like it's so tiring, but we still have to continue because that's the weapons they have. They have the weapon of anti-Semitism, so we have to deflect the bullets each time and being like, no, of course anti-Semitism is real.
I think the public knowledge is becoming more.
It is.
It's so when people say like I think now like obviously she's apologizing. She has to apologize because like New York voted. New York didn't see past that bullshit. We knew they voted him as mayor. So. You're talking to a voting groups. You're talking to New Yorkers who are like, shut the. You are literally lying. What the fuck are you talking about,
lady?
What the? It's like all of it is just it's billionaire speak to keep this genocide going, to keep the state of Israel. Who the more I think about Israel, I mean, I cannot I think it's trying to be the America of the Middle. It is the America of the Middle East.
It's settler colonialism. It's what America was in the 1700s.
Okay, I'm glad the words that were coming out of my mouth was like this week I was reading something about. I was just reading accounts of
Zionism is manifest destiny.
The 13 when you look at I just went back this week and was looking at the 13 colonies and like all the shit they were going through to the unify and like just going over the history of America, and it just like I see the strip of that 13 and just remembering there's a whole rest of America where people live and like there's still like all of that, and this is their inception. They're just it looked like that little strip of Israel. And then I look at Israel and I look at the rest of the Middle East. I look at all these people who they have everybody in the Middle East. You are enemies with everybody in the Middle East.
Well, yeah, they act like victims, but then you'll see a map of Greater Israel, which Netanyahu co-spawned. Like he co-signs that. I think Greater Israel taking over the entire Middle East.
Israel wants to be a China, a Russia, an America. Yeah, the Middle East, the Israel. The big superpower of money wise, they are that superpower. I mean, they're not as powerful as,
but it's because they're a satellite of the U.S. There's no way they could be independent from the U.S. That's like the thing, and that's like ultimately why I get angry whenever people try to like highlight a focus on Palestine as some sort of indictment that like you don't care about other issues. Why do you only care about? There's all sorts of horrible things going on in the world, but it's like none of those horrible things that you mentioned that are horrible, I am as directly responsible for as what Israel does. Israel is America. Like Israel is an outcrop of America. We are doing that. That horror in Palestine, we are funding that. We are diplomatically supporting it. It's beyond support. We are facilitating it. We are enabling it. It wouldn't be able to exist without our country. And if we do live in a democracy, then we should be trying to do something about it.
I think you make an amazing point. Why we hyper focus on Palestine, not just because it needs to be hyper focused on. It's like it deserves the attention we give it and care. We get it all. All global issues deserve as much attention as we can. But yeah, like you said, this is like directly our tax dollars go to giving them bombs to fuck up hospitals, to fuck up.
And it's such a disingenuous argument to be like, well, what about the other terrible thing? So it's like, okay, so you're admitting it's a terrible thing. Is that what you're doing right now? Yeah. Trying to deflect? It's a ridiculous argument that has been going on forever. But before we move on, like the reason why I thought it would be good to include this story is because this is the very beginning of a very absurd relationship that we're going to see between Jessica Tisch and Zohran Mamdani, and in a larger sense, the NYPD and Zohran Mamdani. And that was like that. This has been probably like the first major like leftists being unhappy with Zohran is that he decided to keep on Jessica Tisch. Jessica Tisch, billionaire, Zionist, ICE collaborator, Jessica Tisch. But I understand, I imagine I can understand with Zohran, like it's all calculated. Yeah. It's all politics. You can choose where to be ideological. You can choose where to be political. Yeah. I personally think Zohran, I mentioned on another episode, I went to the yellow cab drivers when they were on a hunger strike to get their medallions. And that's the first time I met Zohran. He was there on a hunger strike, hadn't eaten in a week. And so I believe his heart's there, but being in politics, it's a world of compromise, compromising on your morals, compromising on your ethics. That's why people don't trust politicians. And keeping Tisch on board was a calculated compromise he made. So we're going to fucking see how this shit goes.
No, I think this is a fun time to be able to watch like someone, okay, nigga, we voted you in. I'm excited for you. I feel like we're about to all learn a real lesson.
And we've learned this lesson before. It's not like it's going to be the first time. I think the difference between like AOC and Bernie versus Zohran is that Zohran's job is just being the mayor.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to Congress. He's not doing those votes in the House or the Senate. He's not part of a larger machine. I mean, he is. He's part of the Democratic machine in the sense that he's part of the Democratic Party. But he's not in the way when you're in Congress, you're really playing those team sport like machine. He's just the mayor of New York City. So I think that gives me a little bit of optimism of
And the thing, I mean, I agree. And he's very popular. It's gonna be. I also think like everything, like how they were like the billionaires are gonna leave New York, and then now it's like an influx of billionaires moving to New York, and like I'm hoping he has strong enough aura and people around him that he can actually accomplish his goals. And I mean, fucking Tisch folded. I hope that they keep just like folding, and just I think the direction of the city is like lefty, like the policies he's pushed forward. The main critique to them is like, how are we going to do them? It'll never work. How are we going to do them? And I think people are excited to see. They want to see these policies get made. So I hope that what ends up happening is all these people who are against Zohran, they feel the weight of like the city, the people who are like, no, we want to see this happen. And if you're going against him, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
that's my hope. That's my little piece of optimism.